Hey everybody, welcome back to Northern Lion Plays The Binding of Isaac Rebirth. We did okay on yesterday's daily, but I know that Mathis actually beat us because he was gloating about it. Like, I don't understand why somebody has to derive their self-worth and esteem from how they do in a video game. At least we shit on Bear, though. That's the only thing that matters. Okay, yes, there was some irony inherent there. Larson with a 42 banger here. Okay. Nobody else has done the daily because Mathis and Bear wait for me to do it so that later they can be like, oh, how do I do? I can't beat the haunt. Oh, just use a bomb. Oh, I win, you suck, NL. I don't know what I'm talking about. Here we go. 42,000 points indicates to me. So this is going to Mega Satan. Okay, I see the issue here. Wow, early Dark Bum, huh? Is this an XL floor? No. Look, Glass Cannon seems really cool, but it also seems quite dangerous. For us when we don't want to die, like, right off the bat. And I'm thinking I probably, like, don't want to die right off the bat. 1 bomb for 2 bombs seems like a solid trade here. And maybe a crawl space, but no crawl space. That's all right. I forgot what I was even talking about relatively recently, but it's a Mega Satan run. You get like a 10,000 point bonus for Mega Satan, which means to me that probably maybe Larson didn't do the Hush or Boss Rush. Maybe he did one, maybe he did neither, but it seems to me that possibly he did neither. I'm not using Larson as like a punching bag here for once either. More so, it's like, you know, it's a way for me to tailor my run and kind of feel around for what's coming. Oh, another penny. That's not bad. So I'm thinking, like, if we rush, we might be able to make up some extra points there. 42, because I got, like, 49 on one run. And that was not Mega Satan. But I also basically never got hit on that run. Or I got hit, like, so few times as to be borderline negligible. I don't know. We'll figure it out. We'll just do it. We're gonna do what we do on every daily, which is talk about the best strategy and then just do what we were gonna do regardless anyway. I shouldn't have been hit there. Like, I should not have put myself in a position where I could have been hit there. I definitely deserve to be hit, but I shouldn't have put myself in that position in the first place. It's a little, like, premature to say, but I really do feel that because we got Dark Bomb right off the bat, we basically have a guaranteed, at least to mom fight situation here. Like, we're not going to lose prior to the mom fight. Come on. There we go. Because of the fact that we have just way too much going in our favor right now. Now, I did take some dumb damage. That'll, you know, crank on the damage penalty a little bit there. Life goes on, I suppose. Very important for us here. Don't take damage until you get a Spirit Heart. Doesn't take too much for us to get a Spirit Heart. A key is also very valuable. All we need is, like, what's going on here? Okay. All we need is, a single full red heart to drop. That would give us a very good chance. Thank you for not creating cornflies. I don't know why cornflies sounds like an NPC from the Fallout universe, but I wanted to focus there because I'm feeling a little, like, very, very slightly like this might be a defining moment here. If it's Mega Satan and people are actually beating Mega Satan, I'm assuming that means that it's a pretty good run, you know? It's a run that has a chance for greatness. And if there's a chance for greatness, that chance may well, in all likelihood, go through the path of Deal with the Devil precedent. And it would be awesome to get that as early as possible. Dark Bomb in and of itself is great, don't get me wrong. But we are going to need some damage at some point in the future. Bob's Brain is, like, obviously not worth taking. Butterbean is substantially worse. An HP upgrade is worth taking, and then there's a battery charge back here. We could have re-rolled it again, don't get me wrong. The only reason Bob's Brain wasn't worth taking, by the way, was because of the fact that if we had gotten hits with Bob's Brain, which is plausible to happen, you know, once at least, I can't believe we managed to create enough space to get through there. But if we got hit with Bob's Brain, we'd ruin our chance at the Deal with the Devil. Or at least, you know, make it much more difficult on ourselves. 5th Sense, there's no question. If there's a Spirit Heart, we have to buy it. And at 3 cents, that's a bit of a bargain. Now, if we can get to 15 cents and buy that compass, probably via, like, a I guess it would have to be a pageant boy or something like that right now. Just want to see if there were maybe secret rooms there. Then I wouldn't mind it, but the odds of it happening are quite low. Let's try not to take damage. Take care of the riffraff. We are going a little slower than I'd like. I'd normally like to be out of here by like 5 minutes, which we'll probably hit still, but the faster you are, the better, because these are the quick floors, you know? You want to get these done as quickly as possible so that you have a little bit more time on the larger floors later, especially when you can maybe grind out some consumables that may be possible. By the way, if you're wondering how Mathis beat us on that last daily, what he told me was that he got Humbling Bundle, like IV Bag Bloody Penny, and basically was able to just farm that into endless consumables. So that's fine. There's another Spirit Heart for us. We also got AAA Battery, which is good, from Crackjacks, and then we will take Brimstone, yes, and we will not re-roll Satanic Bible yet, because we may be able to get double re-rolls here, which is exactly how that shit's gonna go down. And then we get Contract from Below, and then we get Dark Matter. And like I said, the road to success on this run may lead through the Deal with the Devil precedent. And now that we have that, I'm feeling good. I also feel like we may have disproportionately improved ourselves with that Contract from Below pickup. A lot of people probably wouldn't have even thought to have played the Demon Judgment there. So I feel like that might be a slight seam for us to open, and it's always nice to get something that doubles your consumable drops, just so you can get, you know, way more points than you would otherwise be allowed to, or than would otherwise be available, is what I'm trying to say, I suppose. Okay, so this is an incredibly strong run right now. I don't think we need any more conjecture regarding that. Good amount of consumables. Definitely should not have taken damage there. Let's try to avoid becoming a victim of my own, you know, unique form of affluenza here. And by that, what I mean is, like, just don't get strong early and then take stupid damage by being an idiot. I want our damage to be constructive. Like that, for example. That's constructive damage. Teleport out. Brimstone Ludo? Absolutely. 100 times out of 100. Now we got this controllable ring, which is very, very strong. And this is going to be, it's going to be one of those dailies. Let's just leave it at that. It's going to be one of those dailies that we're going to be shooting for the lowest damage penalty possible, because that's going to be what's going to separate, you know, the rockers and hip-hoppers and everybody all around the world here. Now, our rate of fire, or I guess I should say our shot speed is not particularly strong. All right, I forgot we actually had Dark Bum. Can't believe we didn't get hit there. Dark Bum, please. Didn't even see that other one. I mean, Pinky Eye has some value here, but it's not what I want. What we do want is to access the Tinted Rocks, where hopefully we'll have a chance to get a Spirit Heart. And apart from that, this is also a good opportunity. Obviously. And I think there's probably a secret room here, if I had to guess. No? I'm actually, like, I'm offended a little bit. This is our secret room, then. Get the Spirit Heart, get the money. We are using a lot of consumables. I'm telling you, this one's all going to come down to the damage penalty right now. We obviously have a run capable of beating Hush, because we have Ludovico Technique. As long as we have HP when we get there. We obviously have a run capable of beating Boss Rush, because we have Brimstone, as long as we have enough HP when we get there. So that's going to be the only thing holding us back here. Is the amount of damage we take. As long as we can avoid taking too much dumb damage, we're going to be sitting absolutely pretty here. This is a great pickup as well. You know, getting the chance to get red hearts when you get hit gives you a greater chance to utilize Dark Bomb. We got extra HP for basically no reason as well, with the champion boss paying out, I guess. And that's 25 cents, so I guess we'll be able to get whatever we want from our shop here as well. Love how those guys pop up even when they're totally in the vicinity of the Ludo laser. I don't think we need to use a bomb to get a Spirit Heart here. He'll pay out with one shortly anyway. Guillotine actually seems like a completely acceptable pickup because, well, might as well use one Justice. Because we aren't going to get hit that much anyway, and it'll give us that extra reduced tier delay, which will give us a much better chance of taking out enemies before they have a chance to hit us anyway. Case in point. We shouldn't take that until after we come in here. We'll definitely take this, though. It was 9 lives, which is actually kind of poor for us, but it doesn't really matter, and it gives us a better chance of becoming Guppy in the future. So And then Mr. Dolly, which will basically take our HP back to where we wanted it to be. And there you go. Pretty much no harm, no foul here. Might as well use Justice again. Now we want to be out of here by like 13:30, so we don't really have much in the way of trouble there right now. We're about 5 minutes ahead of schedule. And actually, maybe it's a blessing in disguise that we got 9 lives, because we can now do this boss trap room. Unless this is a pill that somehow turns us into a cat, in which case I would be a little concerned. I'm not going to be too thrilled with it, probably, but yeah, a range upgrade is not bad. Next pickup that I'd love to see is Shielded Tears, but there's no way for us to finagle that, I think. We'll definitely take a look at our shop on this floor, though. And of course, we're going to go to like every single room on this floor because of how strong we are right now. I think it would be very silly not to. That was stupid of me, by the way, but let's try it again. Not worth it. Like, super not worth it. That was just piss poor. I can gain the ability to fly and get that golden chest. I'd like to. You never know. It could be Guppy's head or something. Done. I was like, there's no way an enemy's gonna survive that onslaught, but just in case, we should be careful. The ladder. That was not really worth it. Portable slot. Also not worth it, but we can re-roll it. Habit. Probably worth it, honestly. Still doing fine here. Taking a little bit more damage than I'd like to admit. But also doing like a lot more damage than I would have possibly expected when we started this run. So, we really have nothing to complain about right now, except the ladder pickup was stupid and cost us some money, but we also got that money on this floor, so, you know, I'm not going to say it's a wash, because we did have the money in our possession, but it's not a huge problem one way or the other. Of course, we're going to visit every single area over here. This feels like a secret room to me. No, okay. We're going to visit every single area over here, just so we can get the maximum chance of getting as many points as possible. Double Sax is pretty good. And an AWAS rune, huh? What do you do with an AWAS rune in this situation? You could use it to get out of crawl space. Not crawl space. Oh, we can get this for free now. And the coins, of course. We could use it to get out of a curse room for free. We could use it to get out of a boss rush for free, although we definitely don't want to do that at this point. That felt like it could be a second secret room, but it's probably going to be a pretty common reaction down here. I think we just save it, and maybe we can save ourselves a Spirit Heart on the next floor by using it. But for now, move onwards. Still making great time. Boss rush should not be much of a challenge. So I'm going to save this curse room for the end. The thinking being that it will be a decent use of our AWAS rune. Such a bad placement. That was the guillotine fucked me a little bit on that one. It was my own fault for going over there. Regardless. Easy enough. My thinking is, yeah, we come in here and then, or we go in there, I should say, and then if AWAS gives us a black market or a crawl space, that's fine. If it does what it often does, which is just give us a ticket to the next floor, then we save our half Spirit Heart that we normally would have spent on the way out. So it's just a slightly cheaper way of going to our curse room, I suppose. Live bomb. I've got to admit, this big red circle here on the screen can be a little bit distracting. But I'd rather have it than not. Where else would we want to use AWAS? Just trying to think if there's anything like... to be honest with you, I don't really want to skip floors. Like, if I was doing a normal run, I'd want to skip floors because it's fun and, you know, saves us some time. The time is not really of the essence here in a daily challenge. It's still only like 1 tick per second, so it's not really an enormous concern. I feel like we have no need for the Eternal Heart. These things are just gonna go forever, huh? That's fine. Bomb and a key for several bombs and a key. Also a good trade. And we want to, you know what? I think maybe we save it for the next floor because it's just too close on this floor to the spawn for me to be excited about this. Dumb damage again. I think we got hit by the bomb instead of the exit, but not an enormous concern. We'll save our AWAS rune. We can always use it a little later. Doesn't have to be on this floor. The only thing that'll make me a little hesitant to be excited about this is if we end up leaving it before this floor because we get something better. Charged Baby, I think, is okay. Fun, at least. 2 chests down there. Yeah, we'll take Iron Bar. If we can keep enemies within our circle of destruction here. And that's good for us. Luck Upgrade is also good, especially with Contract from Below. I hope that we get to go to the chest, because with Contract from Below, we would be getting double chests. So I would prefer to do that rather than the alternative. Now, admittedly, Battery Baby doesn't really seem like it's going to be that relevant. We're kind of doing okay on that front. But you never know when it might come back to either bite you in the ass or save you a lot of trouble. That's good. We got an Eternal Heart regardless. Didn't have to walk on the spikes or waste any bombs to do it. And we're going to be fighting Mask of Infamy, which is pretty much a no-brainer at this point. As will most enemies be. There's a sentence in there somewhere. Yeah, definitely Magic Mush over the range upgrade. Pity anyone who took the range upgrade for getting the D6, or maybe they'd used all their battery charges, because Magic Mush could be pretty good for us here. Alright, gamble on this a little bit. Or a lot. I'll take it. Pushes some Spirit Hearts down, but that's alright. Again, because our curse room is so close to the starting point, I don't really want to walk back and then use the Awaz rune. Hopefully we'll find an opportunity to use it later. If we don't, we don't, basically. Our life goes on. Magician, Worlds card. Well, it probably makes more sense to pop Awaz now. Which is just a portal, unfortunately. And then we would use the world on a future floor to see. So, little suboptimal there, but oh well. It's a relatively, and by relatively I mean like indisputably very minor mistake. There's 3 chests over here. And yet somehow we fucked ourselves. We got a luck upgrade. Full health is not going to be worth much. Continue to take our world card. Alright, we don't have an I Can See Forever, so I can't make it through there. Again, dumb damage. Little disappointed with the amount of damage I've taken, given the amount of damage we're doing. Oh, we gotta go with the Yara rune, obviously. Continuum, I think, doesn't do enough for us here, so we'll try to farm up some battery charges. We could Yara our world card, of course, but I don't know if that's something that's so relevant. There's not really much point in this one either, unfortunately. We definitely want to reroll Shoot the Whoop if we can. Hey, Fate's Reward. I don't even know what this is going to do with our Brimstone Ludo shot, but I'm happy to give it a chance regardless. Man, it would have been so awesome to get Diplopia, get every item from Boss Rush, and then get a teleport card so after we did Boss Rush, we could just go away. Let's explore some more. I mean, we're only at 15 minutes here, 16 minutes. We're not going to have a problem beating Mom and getting into Boss Rush. My only problem might be beating Mom, getting into Boss Rush, beating Boss Rush quickly enough that we could also beat Hush. But I'm willing to give it a little bit of a crack here. Yeah, that's what I was looking for, was a battery charge, basically. Okay, sure, pay out with something. I'm going to use a bomb, push the battery charge further away. Because we're only 2 rooms away, or 1 room away, actually, from getting a battery charge anyway. So here's how this is going to work. We're going to do this room, which is our last room anyway that we can easily get into. Go back. Reroll Shoop the Whoop. No matter what, we're going to be taking the other battery charge, but we'll only reroll Shoop the Whoop once. That was not smart of me. We'll only reroll Shoop the Whoop once. Because, that's all we have time for. And now, actually, I'm like, shit, we could use our Yara rune on the battery, reroll it twice. So it's going to cost us a little time here, but it's not idiocy, I think. There's 2 Yara runes back there. Basically, I want to keep 1 battery charge available for the boss rush. I mean, that's a lot of work to go through for Sworn Protector, but it only cost us, what, like 60 points plus taking Sworn Protector, and it gave us a chance at something good. I mean, you don't only go for things that are good gambles in Isaac. You try to roll the dice hoping you get something a little ridiculous, like Brimstone in your first Devil Deal, for example. But, yeah, it was suboptimal, of course. Let's, head down here. And now we have a reroll ready for Boss Rush in case we hate what we get there. Now, I'm hoping that we can go a little faster than it looks like we're going right now. I mean, our damage is glorious. Boss rush could be a little bit of a pain in the ass. Just because some of the bosses have periods of invulnerability. I guess we're going to the dark room. It's okay. Yara Rune is not, you know, worthless as a result of that. Maybe not ideal. Okay, I'm happy with it. I re-rolled it because we might get a battery charge on our next room anyway. And we got the relic, we got Sissy Longlegs. You're gonna think that I'm silly for this, but I'm gonna take Sissy Longlegs over the relic. Just because our HP is not a problem for us, like at all. So why wouldn't we take something that gives us more damage when we already have like HP out the wazoo? I don't know what the wazoo is, but I assume that it's the butt. Oh, it's the stain. I thought that was the frail, actually. Alright, so I'd like to be... oh, we have a reroll coming anyway. I forgot that we get the charges for the waves on this room. I don't know if Sissy Longlegs was the right choice, but I really don't feel like there was a wrong choice there. You know, they're two very, very good items. Man, I love having Ludo Brimstone. Oh. Any enemy that teleports to me is actually, like... I don't know what that sense was supposed to be. Any enemy that teleports to me. Any damsel that's in distress, actually, will be out of that dress when she meets Jim West. If we could be out of here by like 20, 21, 22 minutes, I'd feel really good. Because that makes it pretty tough for us to conceive of missing Hush. Our speed, well, like our room clearing speed at least, is so good that it would take kind of like an anti-miracle for us to not make it in time. Don't even need to see the enemy, that's alright, I'll take your word for it. I don't even know what hit you there. Just like the guillotine damage, I guess. Another Eternal Heart. How do I feel about that? We'll probably take it, because we've already got 9 lives. It's basically just... oh, are you down here? Where are you? Oh! Basically just my way of saying, like, 9 lives is not going to show up, so we don't have to worry about losing this HP for no reason, basically. Nice of you to kill the angel statue for me. I think we're getting fairly close. Killed many of the horsemen. That didn't kill that one. There we go. To me, this feels like a last wave, just because it's got, you know, the Headless Horseman in it. But we might have a little more. Still dreaming about that Guppy transformation. Hey, it was the last wave. We got 8-inch nails, which I think we have to take, even though I don't understand how this will affect us with Ludo. Okay, down to the next floor. We've got tons of time to get to the Hush fight. What are we shooting for? Above 42,000. So we're halfway there. Yeah, living on a prayer. I get it. We know above 42,000 puts us in roughly the top 1,000, which is a respectable score. There's nothing wrong with that at all. Ooh, a tinted rock. Small rock? 2 golden chests. Probably shouldn't have stepped on that, huh? Now we have golden bombs, so we can push this one out. Or, you know, slowly push it back in, I guess. I'm glad we got a key out of it, but at the same time, it would have been better to just not waste our time. The whole reason I did this was for the potentiality to get more keys, because we are going to need those once we get down to the blue womb. And there we go. I guess maybe we shouldn't worry about it as much as I've worried about it. So the Hush is the last time-sensitive thing on our docket here. Once that gets handled, we can take our time. Whether or not we want to is kind of a personal choice. But we certainly can. Most of the time I try to strike a good balance. If I feel like I've got a great chance at a decent score, I'll try to explore everything. If it feels like, you know, my score is kind of cemented in a certain range, doesn't really have a chance at true greatness, then I'll usually just kind of rush it down, but... I walked on the spikes. Why wouldn't I complete that? I don't know. Just for shits and giggles. So we can hold the Spirit Heart for now. Alright, the bloat, we already have taken care of you in incredibly quick fashion mere moments ago. might as well reroll the pacifier into super bandage, which is like a similar item that is not going to be worth very much for me here. That's okay. We're down to our next floor. We're up to 24,000 now. Could still get a deal with the devil here. I appreciate all the keys. We need 7 in order to open everything on the Hush fight, or on the Blue Womb, I should say. That was bad damage on my part. So many Eternal Hearts on this run. This is, it's one of those dailies I like, but at the same time, I'm almost like, come on. It's like a little bit too easy, isn't it? I guess, you know, we were only one mistake on our second floor away from not being able to get Brimstone. You know, if you lose out on that deal with the devil because you took red heart damage, I imagine that would probably be pretty disappointing. Whatever. We don't need that from Dark Bum right now. Like, that could completely change the tone of the run. That item has obviously, you know, put us in the position we're in today. I'm hoping to just get free batteries and thus not spend consumables on those ones. Between guillotine and this big red circle, it's very difficult for me to sometimes tell where I'm going. Like where my body is and where my head is. Where my hitbox is might be a better way to put that. Okay, come back here. We're probably not going to need a reroll on the Womb 2, but we might get a deal with the devil. Yum Heart obviously is just kind of a waste for us. If we don't get another reroll, we don't get another reroll. I'd rather get down to the Hush fight with a little bit more urgency. Not that it's going to be tight for time at all. Okay. That's definitely our secret room. I've blown by it like 4 or 5 times without really caring, but now we will care. And 2 more bombs. I doubt they will matter. But we have them now. And you know what? We should do our boss trap room. We could definitely have time for it. And even if we only get that 1 extra key out of it, I consider that maybe worthwhile. We'll also quickly check our arcade in case there's a demon judgment. We'll see. There's no demon judgment. There is a penny we should go get. Why am I excited about the idea of a demon judgment? Well, you know, free items. I don't really want to play the blood bank because I'm like, you know, possibly worried about the risk of that affecting our damage penalty. So we'll fight Mom, and if we don't need to reroll anything, no, we'll save the reroll for the Hush area for sure. I think we should be able to get through the Mom's heart fight without getting hit really easily. Okay, we're safe. No deal with the devil is a little surprising to me. We'll come down here to the Hush fight, and that was really like not a concern at all. This has been, you know, a nice gentle breeze so far. Mom's box, I almost feel like is worth taking just for the chance to get like a double awesome trinket. I mean, this could be re-rollable, but Mongo Baby's probably good enough to take. Okay, the Mind is no doubt. So let's open these and see if maybe we get like 4 items we want to re-roll here. Now, Infamy and a cat item. I wonder if maybe we want to re-roll Guppy's head to possibly turn it into another Guppy item. Yeah, I didn't think that would work, but getting Gimpy out of that is pretty good. There's no battery. Oh, there is a battery charge for sale in here. I mean, Mongo Baby, Betrayal, they could be okay, but let's re-roll for something bigger. And I don't know if Chocolate Milk Brimstone actually does anything for us here, but maybe it does. Let's go fight Hush. I'm very pleased with this. We probably will not complete our Guppy dream, but we have gotten a little closer. Now, if only we had Nod Leaf, Dope Ludo Brimstone. That was terrible damage on my part, but I also didn't expect him to teleport into me. That was worse damage. I didn't even see that shot coming. We got our Spirit Heart back anyway, thanks to Gimpy. Alrighty. So we will just focus entirely on dodging. The first phase of Hush will not move. So all we have to do is dodge. So I'm trying to get in there with other damage sources, because there's a rumor, I don't know if it's true, but there's a rumor that The reason Hush has so much HP is actually a bit of an illusion caused by the fact that he gains resistance to certain kinds of attacks the more he gets hit by them. And the way to reset that is to put a different kind of damage on him. So, you know, as soon as he's not taking much damage from your tears, you drop a bomb. I'm thinking maybe Best Bud Swarm Protector here might be able to swing something like that in our favor. But I also feel like that may just be like a persistent myth. So please don't take that as gospel. I'm not, you know, the New York Times. I don't have a fact-checking department. I just go by what people tell me in the YouTube comments. Stand still. Continue to stand still. Roof Ludovico technique is helping us out here. Now we should move. Alright. So far, so good. Haven't been hit on the Hush proper. We've been hit on the blue baby fight preceding it. Let's stand still again. It seems a little dangerous, but maybe we'll get lucky. It's gonna be like a sub 4-minute Hush fight here, which is respectable. And let's just remember, we're going down. I don't know why I just stood there for that one. We're going down, which means we're not going up. Can we even go up on this one? I'm not sure. Oftentimes we only have one option here, but let's try not to make an incredibly stupid mistake. Yeah, that's what I was waiting for right there. Our speed is not incredible, but it might be enough to keep us out of the harm's way here. It appears that it was. Oh, Battery Baby started to charge up a little bit there. But Battery Baby doesn't drop batteries, right? It's just when it gets hit, it charges your spacebar item or something. Yeah, I may have been operating under false pretenses here with Battery Baby. That's okay. The more charges we can get, the better, man. Alrighty. Sure, I appreciate the spiders, honestly. We have rerolls, but we have nothing to reroll, right? Well, we could reroll the shop, actually. Already taken something from there. Yeah, sure, let's reroll the shop. It's not worth it. Kind of tempted to take the 5 cents thing. Could be the Joker. But, oh, you know what? We have another battery. Let's give it a try. It's not like we want anything on the shoal, or we don't expect to get items on the shoal anyway, so no big deal. So what are we shooting for? 42,000. We're getting there. We're at 33 right now, and because I feel like we may have a disproportionate advantage here for whatever reason, I think we owe it to ourselves to explore as much as possible. In general, we'll have the tendency to make... Basically, the more rooms you do, the more points you get. Yes, there is the chance that you take damage on them and kind of nullify that to some extent, but for the most part, the more rooms you do, the more points you're going to gain. So I think that, in general, we're going to try to do every single room that we can here and crank our points up. And I think it's valuable to try to get that because we have a chance to, you know? If we had a chance at a top 100 score here and I was just like, let's just finish it. That is pretty Northern Lion-y, I wouldn't dispute that one, but I also want to, you know, give this a try, because we're not going to have that chance on every single run. On a lot of runs, I've squandered my, you know, potential pretty early, you know, dying against early Haunt or something like that. I don't think Flatworm affects this, unfortunately, because we probably don't need as many rerolls as I've been taking, but let's see. Okay, well, we gotta take a Pulsing Ring. There's no question about that. Does it make our life better? No, it actually makes it probably non-negligibly more difficult. But it looks fun, so we'll take it, and it'll mess with our brain a little bit. And again, just keep doing every room as far as I'm concerned. You know, every single room, like I've been saying, I think you gain 30 points when you finish it. And unless it takes us 30 seconds to clear the room, that's like, you know, we could make 20 points back a room. Considering how much I was complaining about, like, oh, I don't want to pick up a range upgrade because that's 20 points down the drain. Well, this puts it into perspective. 20 points now, I think they've tweaked the scoring system somewhat, but 20 points now is basically just one room extra completed. So, of course, we're going to give it a try. I do think that they've made changes to the formula, and I think it's been better as a result of it. This daily is so easy. I'm not mad. No, you know, give us more lost dailies. You know, I can take it. No, all I'm saying is this is like This is a very, very simple daily. I expect high scores across the board here. But man, our tune would probably be different if we didn't get that first deal with the devil. Plenty of spirit hearts available. Let's see what's in the sacks. Where are we going to use Yera? It's a good question, actually. I think what I'll use Yera on is if I can get a double chest drop outside of the starting room. Because we don't need... There's not really much point in doubling our red chest when we get down to the next floor. Because if one of them has a guppy item, we don't need 2 guppy items. We just need the one. So I would be thrilled to have it. So we'll wait for like a chest drop to happen normally, which will be 2 chest drops thanks to Contract from Below. Satan's already dead. And then we'll double that again, and then we've got like a whole chest, and we'll have batteries presumably, or at least charges. But we'll open these to start with, and I do think we should fight the boss. Yeah, we're shooting for like 42,000. You do get a bonus. Tech point X. How does this even affect this? Oh, we've lost our Brimstone Ludo. Now we're shooting a Brimstone Ludo. I think that might be better, as ridiculous as that sounds. Even though it's no longer permanently on the screen. Gonna level with you. Seems substantially worse. But we can shoot like a really kind of tight and tiny Brimstone laser here, which I think may have the chance to do substantially more damage. This is a weird one. I wouldn't have done what I did if I'd known that it would do what it did. This all being said is still like, it's a pretty cool synergy. Now we're shooting Brimstone lasers instead of just moving them. It's gonna slow us down a little bit, but it's gonna be fun nonetheless. The thing that I'm more, I wouldn't say peeved, but yeah, I don't want to use strong language that would, you know, alienate my younger audience, but it is gonna up our damage penalty because I'll get hit more. And now I'm like, well, we might get hit a few times on the way through to Mega Satan, so maybe we should just fight Mega Satan. But if things get like truly terrible, we do have a we do have the Yera rune that we could use. That was bad. Suboptimally, to double like some spirit heart drops from Dark Bomb. Just don't fuck this one up and lose to Mega Satan 9 times. Because you got the win here. You just gotta pilot it to victory. It shouldn't be too much of a problem. There's red hearts back there. We'll use those with Dark Bomb next time we get back there. Don't know how I didn't get hit there. Sometimes you get lucky, I guess. I am, you know, not at base luck. So there we go. This is what we wanted. So now we get 4 chests, and then we open them, and then we can change the ones we don't like, which as of right now is all of them, but I'll take Strange Attractor just to be weird. Then we'll double the other ones. Bloody Lust is probably worth taking. Obviously, like, Holy Water is not, but I figure, you know, with Strange Attractor, we'll get enemies, like, sucked into the whirling dervish of destruction that we call our tears. And rarely are we going to be, like, shooting at ourselves. Like, all of our shots are going to go away from ourselves, so I think it's a good choice. It doesn't have quite the power on that vortex that I thought it might, but that's okay. Haunt, obviously very easy. Justice card. Justice card. Black Heart, that's excellent as well. Alright. Remember, we're gunning for 42,000. This shouldn't be a problem. We're doing real well with that number right now. Oh, our secret room that I definitely already knew was there, but still. Don't mind a greed fight. Kind of hoping for a Steam sale so we'd have another reroll target, but not gonna complain. Now, we don't have AAA battery charge anymore, so it'll take 1 extra room to get our D6 ready. That's okay. I don't know what our score is gonna be. The best score we've ever had was 49,000. Well, those are better than these, so let's try this first. The best score we've ever had was 49,000. And I'll leave those items back there just in case we want to reroll those. But 49,000 was everything, right? That was Hush. Boss Rush, Mega Satan. Was it Mega Satan or was it just like Blue Baby? That'll be pivotal here. I don't know if we're gonna get up around that again, but definitely I feel like we could be in the 45s or something. Time will tell, I suppose. We're fighting 6 polycephalopods. Did give us oh, they gave us 3 battery charges. That is exquisite. So we'll re-roll these. I don't even know. Let's take marked and just see what happens. No, it doesn't do anything. Virgo is also acceptable. Now, the reason I didn't take those other items is for this exact situation where I can come back here and pick up this and then be like, okay, we can re-roll these other 2 items, which might not be as good. Oh, you know what? There's not even a lamb fight available here. Book of Revelations. Bursting Sack, Spider Love. In that case, why don't we just go straight into the other fight here? I thought we'd get a bonus from fighting the lamb. I'm not salty. I think this was a good decision regardless. You know what? We picked up a bunch of points there, though. Just a second ago, we were at 38,700. I thought we were at 37. Okay, let's go fight Mega Satan. I think we did gain points from being down here, probably. I'm not going to worry too much about that. Let's see if we can get in kind of damage that I'd be proud to take home to Mom. I'm ever so slightly nervous about this, because we do have Guillotine, which makes it tough to dodge. Also, I can't fly, which I forgot. Or, to put it more diplomatically, neglected to remember. Let's see, did you forget to do your homework? No, teacher. I neglected to remember. Sorry, I didn't make it into long-term memory storage. I'm a victim of circumstance. It wasn't me, it was my brain. Thank you for the spirit heart. Get this damage in here as soon as possible. This is like your ideal mini-boss fight right now, but we have like 7 more to go. Oh, I keep walking on the creep. That's like entirely my own fault. I don't think we can get anything from these bosses, so it doesn't really matter. I appreciate the old bandage payout, and there's some spiders for us. Probably not your ideal consumable 100%, but it's not bad. We're about to win anyway. The only thing I'm really disappointed with on this run is not the Tech X pickup, because at least the Tech X pickup, you know, taught us something. It's the damage penalty before we picked up Tech X. I feel like we probably didn't need to take as many hits as we did on this run. It's still gonna be a good one. You know, you get the extra, like, 5,000 for fighting Mega Satan or whatever. We'll get the extra 10,000 for our, all of our boss rushes and optional bosses. But we could have minimized our damage penalty. But overall, still a good run. We'll see where our score lands at the end of this. And the answer is 44,000. Again, not thrilled with the damage penalty, but 271st. I can live with it. First on the friends list. I guess it was mostly just the damage penalty that separated us, but for now, thanks for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, click the like button. Helps out a great deal, and of course, subscribe if you want to see more in the future. For now, thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.